So today I'm working on the seats, and you can see right here, these were some seats that my daughter made for me. And the bottoms came out excellent. We used some black marine grade vinyl, and the overall look of them was really nice, and I thought that it'd be great for water, to shed water. And the only thing is, used the wrong kind of foam. We used the wrong kind of foam, so they just psh when you sit on them. And then I gave her the old original seat covers from the back so she could duplicate them. Did a nice job duplicating even like the joints up at the top. She made them look just like the original seats were. The problem was the original seats had shrunk from the sun, and so these won't fit. No matter how much I pull on them to try to stretch them, they won't fit. So decided, okay, and they were kind of difficult to make, so I didn't want her to have to go through it again, so I went ahead and bought some. I'll show you what I got. So I was on one of the Jeep forums on Facebook and came across this guy. His name is Ian. He's from Random Precision Manufacturing. That's the name on the invoice. And he's the guy that made Big Willie. Oversized flat fender Jeep. Pretty cool. I don't know a lot of the details about it, but I've watched a couple of the videos since I found out who it was. So Ian shipped these. Nice little box, everything packed in. Nice seat covers. So they are made out of two different types of foam, which is pretty neat. There's the dense layer and then a little bit more forgiving. This is the bottom. It comes with a little pocket, if you will, on the front of the seat, which is pretty neat. And then the back of the seat, I'll show you. I already put this one on, and you can see they're nice and they're nice and tight. The fabric isn't all loose and saggy or anything. On the back, there's a nice big pocket. You could shove a jacket in there, gloves, a hat, extra stuff. He put some thought into them because they stop just shy of. Let me get to where you can see that a little bit better. There you go. So the pocket stops just by the fender, so it doesn't encroach on that. They slide over the whole thing, and then they Velcro on the bottom. And I'll go ahead and I'll get them installed on the other seat so you can see what it looks like. All right, from everything that it said on the internet, I could have used the original steel pans and just take the springs off. Some of the guys were using 1/2-inch plywood. I had some of this marine plywood 1/4-inch laying around, and so I thought I would give that a try just because it's a little bit thinner. I don't know, I'm gonna give it a try, see how it holds up, and I'll let you know. Maybe the 1/2-inch is the way to go, but we'll see how the 1/4 fits. So I just put in those little T-nuts that bite, and so there it is on the underside, and I think I'll probably paint them as well, even though there's some exterior grade plywood and everything. But let me put it together and we'll see what it looks like. I should say before I go on that some of the messing around, I took the cover off to be able to show you guys that, and so I kind of had to mess around getting it back in square. But they came all installed, so as long as you don't take it apart like I did, it should be fine. So that is the base. Oh, the other thing I did find is I don't use the foam to cut your wooden bottoms. The foam is just a pinch wider, and so originally I traced around the foam, and that didn't work. I had to trim it down, so I used the original seat pan. Just a second. So instead what I did is I took the original metal seat pan, I laid that on my plywood and used that as the pattern. And that worked really good. So it sets right in, and then I just have some screws. You might remember that this Jeep I also didn't put a toolbox in, and so I modified a driver's seat by switching the feet so that I could use a driver's seat on the passenger side instead of getting another one because of the brackets that are missing. So anyway, carrying on. I forgot these are getting a little bit covered, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. I don't really want to cut his nice seat covers, so I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get around that. Let me go ahead and install the back. So as I mentioned, they're Velcroed on the bottom, so just open up the Velcro. Pull your little flaps off to the side. Get it on the seat back. Work it down. Now remember, there's a bracket right back here, so you gotta just kind of pull the seat out just a little bit when that gets close, so it can slip past. Either that or I would have to take the seats out, and I didn't really want to do that. Flush, and then you tuck the little ears back up in. Make sure they're in first. Then pull the back piece up. Might be easier with two people, I don't know. So there they are. They install pretty easy once you make your little blinks for the bottom. So I'll figure out what I'm gonna do on the back there, whether I'm gonna cut those or if I'm just gonna work it around. But there you can see the nice little pockets that he's installed. Maybe stick your wallet, driver's license, phone, I don't know, whatever you want in there. And so that's that. They're installed. Okay, so I decided I am just gonna take and put a little tiny X in the fabric right where the bolt gotta go through. And that should line that up. And that's the way I'm gonna do it. I know it probably is gonna do a little bit of damage to the fabric, but the fabric seems pretty tough. Okay, I'm 208. We'll call it 210. And I gotta say, they seem pretty comfortable. I'm not worried at all about the 1/4-inch plywood. I think that's gonna be fine. The backs are nice and comfy. The bottoms seem good. They're firm, but they're not so firm that they're hard. So, Ian, nice job on the seat covers. Thank you. I'll maybe try to figure out a link or something to put in the description for these. I think it was $250 for the set, and that was shipped. So, awesome.